welcome back to my channel. My name is Thyme. If you are new here, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, I love you so much. Today I'm going to be making beef dodo. So here are the ingredients you will need. You need plantain, beef, green pepper. You can use red bell pepper too. Um, onion, spring onion. You can skip that one, it's very important. You need onion, pepper, then onion powder, black pepper, seasoning powder, curry and thyme. You need garlic and ginger as well. So as per usual, I'll start by cooking the meat. So I've cut my meat into cubes, into little cubes. Once it fries, it's going to become even smaller, so when you're cutting, be careful. So I'm going to season with some curry powder and thyme. I'm going to add some seasoning powder as well. So you can use seasoning cube. Then I'm going to add some black pepper, some onion powder. I'm going to add garlic, and I'm going to add ginger, and then finally I'm going to add salt. Please check the description box for the full list of ingredients. Then I set this meat on the heat. While it's steaming, I'm going to be adding water and gently stir it together. After that, I'm going to add chunks of onion. You guys know why I use chunks of onion. If you don't know, ask me why, I'll tell you. So I'm just going to cover that. I'm going to allow it to cook. I let this meat cook for 30 minutes. It was really hard to cook. I wanted to cook it for 20 minutes, but it wasn't cooked, so I proceeded to 30 minutes. So after the meat was cooked, I removed it from the water and also take the water out of the stove, the pot. So moving forward, I'm going to wash all my vegetables. Please make sure to wash your vegetables well, because there are going to be a lot of sticky situations and you don't want sand at all. Just take your time and make sure that everything is well cut. I'm going to be washing my green pepper, my atarodo pepper, that's what they call it. I also have few red bell peppers as well. So most of this pepper, I'm going to blend it to make the paste for this stew, and then I'm going to use little to garnish the dish. I'm going to wash my spring onion, and then I'm going to wash this plantain. The plantain is going to be really sticky, so you need to wash it to remove any sand at all. So after washing everything, I'm going to chop up some of my green bell peppers now. These ones I'm chopping them roughly because I'm going to blend it. I'm just chopping it just to let my blender do a good work. You will see the ones I will use to garnish in a few minutes. So just take your time and do everything. But this dish, it looks really simple, but it's a very hard dish, but you can make it, I promise you. I'm going to cut my onion as well. I'm cutting white onion and purple onion. That is because I want the flavor of the two onion in this dish. This dish really love onion, so you want to make sure that you use onion. But if you don't have onion, so I'm going to cut my atarodo too, and then I'm going to transfer everything into my blender. I'm going to cover and blend. I wanted to blend it without water, but it wasn't working, so I added a few drops of water. You don't need that much water, just 1 cup of water will do this job for you. Then I blended this pepper mixture. It was really beautiful. Just look at that. After blending, I'm going to pour this pepper into a pot. The pot I used to cook my meat earlier, yes, that pot. Then I'm going to set it on heat, not low heat, but not high heat, just maybe medium heat. I'm going to allow it to cook until the water is dry or almost dry. Now I'm going to start prepping the ingredients I'm going to use to garnish this dish. Please take note that these ones I'm cutting them really fine and really well, because I want it to be really thin and really beautiful. I'm going to cut it into cubes. When you are making this dish, it's important that you emulate the same cutting formula for all your vegetables, because you want everything to look organized and well cooked. Because most of the times we eat with our eyes first, and then we eat with our mouth. So if you've watched till this point right now, that means you must really be into this video. Then please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That will really mean a lot to me. I will know that you really love these videos, and I will make more. So I'm going to cut my onion in the same small cubes. Yes, it's cubes, right? What do you guys think? I really don't know my shapes. So after cutting the onion, this is what I have. So now I'm going to go ahead to chop my spring onion. Be sure to remove that first place. So I'm going to cut it into little, not tiny, into little bits. Yes, I want this onion to be this spring onion to be finely chopped. I want everything to be merry. Just look at that baby, it's looking so cute. After that, I'm going to take that off the chopping board, put it inside my plate. Yes, I'm going to set that aside. Now I'm going to move on to cutting my plantain. The plantain I washed earlier, I removed the back, so I'm going to cut my plantain into cubes as well, because I want this meal to be uniform. If you understand what I mean, just look at the way I am cutting it. You can choose to cut yours any shape, but make sure that the shape is corresponding with the other ingredients, okay, so that your dish will come out looking snatched. So I could have made this dish earlier, but after I saw this recipe, where I live, I don't really have onion, so I don't really have red bell pepper, so I started experimenting how to make it. So this is my pepper, it's well dried now. So I'm going to move on to frying the meat. I'm going to fry my meat until it's well brown, a well fried beef. You understand how that goes, right? So after frying the beef, I'm going to fry this plantain again inside the same oil that I used for frying the beef, because I really want all those flavor from the beef to enter into this plantain, if you understand what I mean. And you really need oil for this to fry this, because you don't want your meat or your plantain to soak oil. So after that, I'm going to move on to the final procedure to making this stew, this sauce. So I poured in my onion and I stirred it for a few seconds. Then I'm going to transfer my bell peppers. I ended up using one tiny bit of red bell pepper, and here I changed my camera because my phone was disturbing me. So after stirring that until I start perceiving the smell of the bell pepper, I took out some of the bell pepper because I want those to be seen well. Then after taking that out, I'm going to transfer in my pepper blend. Then I'm going to fry that together. I'm going to fry my pepper blend until it's well fried. You will know when it's well fried when you start seeing that the oil has started coming out of the pepper blend. If you have trouble frying it, feel free to add a little bit of water just to fry. That is my easy trick to fry this. And you really need to make sure that you fry well, because this pepper can get bitter if it's not well fried, but when it's well fried, it becomes very sweet. Then I'm going to go ahead and season. I season with garlic powder and ginger powder. Then I also added some seasoning cube. Oh my god, what is happening to my brain? Then I stirred that together, and then I'm going to transfer in the beef. Yes, just look at how beautiful that is looking already. Then after adding the beef, I added a few drops of that the water that I used to cook this meat, the stock. I added two tablespoons of this stock, just to loosen this thing. Oh my god, this sauce. Then I'm going to transfer in my plantain, and then I'm going to pour in those veggies that I removed earlier, and I'm going to stir everything together. It's looking so cute already. So now I'm going to pour in my spring onion. This spring onion is amazing. It gives this dish a very delicious look. And that is it all for this video, you guys. If you love this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more cooking videos and other things. I love you all so much. Till next time, bye.